What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I had some computer difficulties getting this thing booted up, and so welcome back to the live stream. And so this week, I think what I want to do is um, we're in week 3 of the camera confidence course. Um, and really, the goal is to get you really confident and comfortable on camera. Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to just jump you guys right into the recording aspect of it. And I don't think I was doing you guys much of a service by doing that. I think what was happening was I was trying to move you too fast, and unfortunately, that's a good way to lose people off the rip. And so, um, I'd rather walk you through it and get you confident and at least comfortable in front of the camera, sitting there staring at the, staring at the camera or whatnot, so you don't feel so self-conscious about it. And if we could remove that barrier first, everything else kind of flows downhill. And so that's what the camera confidence course is about. And so that's where we're into week 3. Um, it also coincides with my announcement of opening the media room by ISO Words. I'm going to be getting my booking information up here pretty shortly. I think I'm probably going to have a lane to do some remote stuff if people are interested, where I can uh, help you and guide you and kind of coach you through making your first video remotely, and you get to leave with some content that you can use to promote whatever you got going on. So that's what I have on this week's episode. So first things first, you've done all the hard work. You've sat with the camera, you spoke without watching it. But now comes the layer that most people never really address, and this is your self judgment, getting out of your own head when it comes to creating content, because that's where a lot of people get hung up. And be quite honest with you, is this loop of self judgment. That's why in the community, I'm not too terribly big on the editing piece quite yet. I feel like editing is kind of an intermediate to advanced task, because most people, once they get the video recorded, if they have to go back and watch it and cut it and edit it, it'll never get posted. And so I want to get them past that discomfort with even seeing themselves on camera before we even touch the editing process. Okay. And so, like I said, you've done the hard part. Now, the problem is the moment you see and hear yourself at the same time, your brain kind of overloads. And it's a natural thing, right? Um, you're processing too much self data and you're analyzing everything. You're scrutinizing everything you do, every word that you trip over, um, every inadvertent twitch of your mouth. You are hyper analyzing that stuff. And it's a really good way to overwhelm yourself, and kind of almost traumatize yourself to the process of recording. Okay. And so, and it's a normal thing. You first time you sit down and record, you hate how you look, you hate how you sound. Um, that's just a natural thing. But what happens is once we record it and then go review it, now you get the shock of seeing and hearing yourself, and instantly that self-judgment kicks in and it makes it very hard to get to the next video. So this week is about camera confidence. This is week 3 of the camera confidence course. And so I want to get you comfortable with the process of sitting in front of the camera so it doesn't feel like an existential threat to your well-being. Cool. All right, here's the thing. There's a little bit of science behind self-judgment. The core concept is shame happens when you process too much self-related feedback at once. Your brain cannot handle the visual and auditory self-perception simultaneously, and it instantly triggers your judgment. Like you get on the defensive. You internally get on the defensive because now you're like, oh, is this how people see me, or is this what I sound like to people? And these are the things that are really the least of your concern. The thing you need to be concerned with, is was I clear? Was my audio clear? Were people able to hear what my hook was and things along those lines? But you're sitting there looking at the aesthetics of the video, and that's the last thing people are caring about. They're going to care about your audio. Some may nitpick the camera. I mean, nitpick how you look. It's not really that big of a concern. The most important thing when you record content is your video. I mean, is your audio. That's the thing that's the make or break kind of thing, because people will watch a bad quality video with great audio, but they won't do the reverse. Okay. But your brain can't handle all of that stuff at the same time. And so this week's assignment is we're going to present the solution. This week, we're going to isolate the components. See without hearing, hear without seeing. This neutralizes the emotional charge for you. And it's going to take a couple of times. So we're not going to try to do this in one shot. Okay. It's going to take a couple of times before you get comfortable enough to do this. All right. So let me show you how to do this. Okay. This is week 3's exercise. All right. I want you to record a 30 to 45-second clip, and you can talk about anything. Okay. Step 2, I want you to play it back with the sound completely off. I only want you to observe the technical aspects of it. Were you framed properly? How is your lighting? You know, does your body language look engaged, or does it look like you're coming off of a script? Look at those things. I don't want you to look at anything else. None of the commentary on your attractiveness or any of that other stuff. I want you to just focus on the technical aspects of the video. I want you to record it, play it back with no sound. You're going to only watch the technical aspects. Okay. That's what it is. No commentary or anything. This is not whether you're pretty. It's about whether the shot works. Okay. And so I want you guys to do this. I want to say 3 times this week. I really want you to get used to the concept of looking and evaluating yourself without that judgment. And it's going to be kind of shock therapy, because you're gonna have a judgment. And the idea is initially, hey, how's it going? Initially, what I want you to do is I want you to come in there, sit down with it, and don't judge yourself when you record this. I want you to watch yourself without judgment. I don't want you to edit it. I don't want you to do anything. Just look at the technical aspects of it. Am I well lit? Does it look like I'm engaging? Does it look like I'm engaged with the content? And things along those lines. Okay. 3 times this week. Okay. The next assignment is hear without seeing. So we're going to flip it around. Okay. And so this is going to be kind of a transcription detachment. We're going to detach ourselves from the visual. Okay. So record a 60-second clip of you talking about something that you know. All right. Use a transcription tool like Otter or Descript or YouTube Captions or whatever. Okay. Read only the text. Do not watch the video. Okay. And answer the question: if someone else said these words, would it help somebody? If someone else said these words, would it help somebody? Okay. So record a 60-second clip, talk about something you know, and then you use a transcription tool to extract the words from it. Okay. And then I want you to sit down and read through your transcription. Okay. Read it out loud. Don't watch the video. And if somebody else were to read these words, would it help them? That's what the thought is. Okay. We're trying to get you out of the habit of judging your video as soon as you see them. Okay. Both communities, I want you to do this twice this week. Okay. So first assignment is see without hearing. You're going to do 30 to 45 seconds. You're going to play it back with the sound completely off, and you're only going to observe the technical aspects of it. You're not going to listen to how you sound or anything else. And it's not about how attractive you look on camera. It's about, do you look engaged, or does it look like you're talking to an audience? Does it look like you're reading off a script? Are you lit well? Are you framed well in the shot? Those are the things I want you to watch for. Okay. And then the other one is you record a 60-second clip and use one of these transcription tools that are out there, and just pull the text off of it. And I want you to sit down and read through the text and see if it makes sense. And if somebody who's not you could sit down and read that transcript and get something beneficial out of it. Those are the 2 things. I'm trying to get you guys to get out of this judging yourself when you're on camera, because nobody there's actors, there's models, there's people whose job it is to be in front of a camera who never look like the way they look or sound on camera. It is just something you acclimate yourself to. You're always going to be your own worst critic. And unfortunately, that critic is unrelenting. And the more power you give to that critic, the less you're ever going to get accomplished. So those are what this week's 2 assignments are. Okay. Free and paid communities. I want you guys to work on it and report back wherever you see this. If you're in the free community, report back. let me know how it went. If you're in the paid community, let me know, check back, and let me know how it went. All right. All right. So here's the thing. If you're following the Camera to Confidence series, make sure you're in our free Facebook community. And I'll post the link for that wherever you see this. I'll post the link for that. If you want the full curriculum and the deep dive, I do have a paid school community. You're going to find the link for that in the description. And really, my goal this year is to get business owners or people who want to build their own personal brands or whatever to get confident and start recording themselves and take advantage of the opportunity that is available on social media to promote the stuff that you want to sell or promote yourself as the expert. You can even use video as your online portfolio just so that people can see how you think. You know, if you're trying to do any kind of thought leadership or things along those lines. But I got to get you guys comfortable and in front of the camera. And so that's what this community is about. It's teaching you how to record yourself and how to, really promote your business using video. And we're going to talk about some other stuff because I've used written newsletters to promote businesses. There's so many different ways you can market yourself. But first things first, we're going to start with video, and then we'll expand out to the other topics. Okay. So if you want the full curriculum, jump in the Content to Cash machine. I got a couple of tools in there that I've made to help you figure out what videos you need to be making and things along those lines. But, that's an option. And the link for that is in the description. Okay. So that's all I got. I wanted to keep it short and sweet because I was running behind, but I did want to jump on here and give you guys your assignments. Again, first assignment, I want you to basically record. You're talking, it could be 35 to 45 seconds about anything. I want you to sit down and record. Then I want you to play it back with the sound off and just look at the technical aspects, how well lit you are, if you're framed in the camera, if you look like you're engaging in keeping the viewer's attention. We're not going to listen to the sound. Okay. Assignment 2, you're going to record yourself talking about anything for 60 seconds. And then you're going to use a transcription tool like Otter or something along those lines to pull the transcript out of that. And I want you to sit down and read the transcript back to see if it's coherent. And if you weren't you, could somebody get some benefit out of the thing that you just recorded? Okay. So that's all I got, y'all. I do appreciate y'all's time. Thanks for tuning in. Again, my goal is to get you recording this year. Along those lines, I do want to make the announcement. Like I said, the Media Room with iSell Words is going to be launching. This is going to be my content studio for business owners. Going to be having workshops and stuff out of there. They're in the vein of what we're doing here. But I'm going to be, like I said, running workshops and a couple of things to teach people the ins and outs of creating content for social media. I'm having a founder special. I'm looking at probably eyeing like a $750 price point. And with that, you get, 30-minute video where you're talking about your business or telling your story or whatever path you want to take. We got multiple paths that you can take, whether it's talking about your products, services, or telling your hero's journey with your business. Out of that, you're going to get coaching. I'm going to coach you on how to be comfortable on camera and help you develop a process for recording your own stuff. And then also, you're going to get that video and then some stuff some vertical video that you can post on social media, some talking head kind of stuff to promote whatever you're trying to promote. And so that's what I'm looking at. And so that's going to be the offer that's out there. Again, it's called the Media Room by iSell Words. This is going to be my brick and mortar location. And it's going to be a media studio for business owners. And that's what it is. So do appreciate y'all's time. Thanks for tuning in. I will give you more details as we move forward with the studio, with the physical studio. And hopefully I'll have some links for you to sign up probably by Thursday when I check back in with you. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.